What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 169, being recorded on July 27, 2022. I am your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here with me.
What's up, nerds?
We got Bootleg Joe.
Hey, yo.
And returning to geek out with us, Crystal Lopez, always otherwise known as Kyber Crystal.
Hi.
Chris is. Oh, I don't know where Chris is. He's way in the outer rim. So hopefully next week everything's back to normal when he's coming back in. Same thing with Ernie. He's still out for maybe a week or so. So, just want to give them a shout out. I hope they're catching us on a replay. Support your own station, guys. Come on, hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. So, what else? What else are we doing here? I've got so much Star Wars news. It's not even funny. Just kidding. Well, before we get into all the great stuff that we got to talk about, we actually do have some cool stuff and a cool talk to continue on our little Star Wars journey here. But before we get into all that, we do want to spend a special thank you to our Patreons. And Scott has that list, I hope.
I sure do. I'm always prepared. I was a Cub Scout at one point in time. Cub Scout dropout right here, man. Special shout out and a thank you to all of our Patreon patrons. Without you, we wouldn't look as good as we do. And boy, don't we look great. Anyway, if you wouldn't mind, consider logging on to patreon.com/Starlight Digest Podcast and donate to us. We really appreciate it. Every dime goes back into the production. And as you see Marco's microphone right there, we're going to have to get Crystal one too, apparently, or maybe not. I don't know. Technical difficulties. But, it happens. It's all good. So anyway, as I say that, let's go ahead and say a special shout out and thank you to Ryan and the Star Joes podcast, Cliff, John and Brady of the Escape Pod podcast on the Red 5 network. That's our network.
Oh, yeah.
Flavy Davy, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude podcast, Don the Dad Dorn. Let's give a special shout out to my father-in-law. He's had an especially shitty day today. So special shout out to you, Dad.
We're here for you, Don. We're
are
here for you.
Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Mervine, Gavin Connor of the Holy Hour podcast, the All Cure podcast, Crystal Lamphere, Brandon and Anya Epler, and AJ from the Forbidden Panel. Thank you, one and all. We appreciate everything you do.
Awesome. And continue that speaker voice that you got going on there. And
okay.
Let's shout out everybody who's being digested in that pit right now.
All right, I've put on the speaker voice now. We're going to give a special shout out to Papa Schmitty, Matt Logic 44, Bootleg Joe, who is right below me, Gordon Skalski. I ran into him at Target today. We were buying toys together, or he was buying toys, and I was just admiring them all. Let me see. I'm in there. The Commander Academy, that's Brandon Epler. Julianne Fernie, all the way back from Alaska. And so others I'm sure in there that will pipe up as we go along.
Awesome. And I do want to put a little bit of spotlight back on Crystal real fast, because last time you were here with us, we talked toys. I mean, you own Rogue Toys out of Las Vegas and several locations, everything. And, we, as all collectors, we really kind of just drilled you on toys, what it is, buy, sell, trade, all that stuff. So we invited you back, of course, because you're a big Star Wars geek. And I think you share our same, mindset and all that stuff. And but we do want to get to know you just a little bit more.
Sure.
And we do want to ask you, Commander Academy, Brandon, I was going to ask it. It's in my notes. Trust me, it's here. We do want to know where your fandom is in the Star Wars universe. What trilogy or special movie or time frame is your go-to, just your favorite time. There is no wrong answer, I think.
So
unless it's Resistance. Resistance might be the wrong answer.
Episode 1.
Yeah. All right.
Favorite character is Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, there we go.
Just kidding.
No, it's okay. It's sorry. Yeah.
You leave Jar Jar alone.
He's a secret Sith. We all know it. So I would have to say I'm really getting into the new series that they're coming out with. I really like them. I like their play on you know, because kind of the nostalgia of the old movies,
Mhm,
and kind of
mhm.
filling in those gaps of what we didn't get, or
Yeah.
you know, those questions we had. So I really like that we're coming back around to figure out kind of, oh, this goes here, this goes there.
Yeah.
Especially with the Obi-Wan series that just came out, because that was kind of a pinnacle in Star Wars. Like you have,
Yeah.
you know, the Master Jedi training, and what happened, like why is this way? So I'm really digging that series.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to a second season, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It was one of those things like even like with the Mandalorian, it's telling us things we didn't even think we knew we needed, right?
Mhm.
We were very nervous about the Kenobi series, to be honest, because it's one of those things like you veer too far off, it's going to change the New Hope and it's going to change these things. But I think it's a very, very cool time and attention to detail that they've got going on right now. So awesome. Do you like episode 1 or 2 better of Star Wars?
Oh, yes,
That's an
this is a
ongoing
very
thing.
important question.
You guys
Again,
already went there.
this might be a
Oh,
wrong or right
man.
answer depending on who you ask or who's so
We actually ask it of everybody that's on the show,
Do you-
which is your favorite, episode 1 or episode 2? And there's a reason why, and we'll tell you what the tally is once you've made your decision.
yeah.
It's like, do you like poison or do you like being murdered with a knife? Okay. Um,
I'm a horror fan, so I think the second option has so. It's a good answer, by the way.
gosh,
I don't know why these guys debate it.
This is a tough one.
Of
Oh,
those two,
man.
like of
I hate
those
both
two
of them.
films,
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, they
Yeah.
both were
Not a
torture to
fan,
watch.
huh?
it just
I'm gonna
blends
go.
into the
I'm
whole
gonna go with
package.
episode 1.
Okay, all right,
I'm gonna go
That's
with
episode
episode
1.
1.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And you'll
That's the
find
right
out as
answer.
you journey with the Starlight crew and stuff. You'll find out a lot of things about us, of course, and what we do and how those things come to play and come full circle. So just want to get those out there on the record for you. So thank you for that. But
I
yeah.
want to give a real quick special shout out. We've got Arizona Toy Hunters Guild joining us. Santo 1414, Lax Sivrak is in there. We've also got Michael Patsos. I
What
don't
up,
know who
Lax?
that kid is.
Hey, I know that
I
dude.
don't know who that kid is. And then we've
Oh,
got
I know
Matthew.
that dude.
We've got Matthew Carlisle joining us on Facebook, watching us. from
Awesome.
there.
Welcome,
So,
guys.
awesome.
Welcome. So as we get into, and like Christy, that was a good segment because like you like the new stuff that's all on Disney Plus, like coming out and stuff. And I do want to say this, that, you know, Andor is only 35 days away. 35
close.
days. Yeah, it's the end of August and we're almost at the beginning of August next week. Scott, we have a slate of the release schedule, correct, for Andor?
We do. We
All
do.
right.
So here we go. This is the schedule for Andor. We are looking at August 31st for episodes 1 and 2. And we're going, 12 episodes in this season.
12
This is
guys. Remember
fantastic.
that. Yeah.
And I will be posting this image also in our Facebook group, the Sarlacc Digest Central, for all of you who are interested in it. We're going all the way to November 9th for episode 12. I mean,
Unbelievable.
it's awesome. I can't wait. And so here you go. This is our schedule for Andor, and buckle up, baby. It's going to get rough.
Yeah.
It's going to get rough. He's been in this fight since he was 6 years old.
6 years old. They listened to us by dropping 2 episodes in the premiere date, and it's all on Wednesdays, so no one has to fret about Disney Plus Star Wars shows moving to Fridays again. It's still going to be on Wednesdays. And yeah, first 2 episodes. In October of this year, they are starting to film season 2 already. Again, we've talked about this. We've reiterated this, how important that kind of news is. Like they haven't even released anything besides a trailer and stuff, and we're already getting the season 2. They've got enough story to like this needs to be out, and I think that's the most important. It's not just fan service. This is like the story needs to go first, and we hope everybody likes it. I kind of like that more attitude versus everybody loved it. Let's get a season 2 in, right? You know, because I know, Krista, you mentioned Kenobi about season 2 and everything, and we've debated on this show whether or not season 2 is even needed. I know everybody loves the adventure and loves Obi-Wan, but as far as the grand scheme of the story and all the things, I think, well, for the most part, we think a lot of it's already been said and sealed and done, right? Like how much more can there be before it starts to distort his
What's come
movie, his
before.
the distorts the original trilogy and his mystique and stuff like that. So, yeah, you got something, Scott?
No, I was just agreeing with you wholeheartedly.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm afraid because as much as I would love to see more Obi-Wan because it was so very well done.
Sure.
I'm afraid that if they did, all of a sudden everything right now sits perfectly where it needs to be. He was in that final duel. He proved that he was the master and that Anakin was still just the apprentice.
Yeah.
It's set up perfectly for episode 4. If they dive in any deeper, I'm afraid, especially if they get Vader involved again, that it's just gonna get muddled.
Distorted. Yeah.
So I mean, if they did come back for another season, I really want to. I would like to see Anakin Vader back and Hayden Christensen back again, but I'm afraid that it would distort it.
I feel we're getting Hayden back, but not in Kenobi.
Yeah,
just put it there. Just put it out there. We're gonna get him back in a lot of other shows. Bad Batch is 65 days away because we have our schedule on that too. We're getting to the point where we're going to be overlapping Star Wars content on Wednesdays.
Do we want to see that schedule?
Yes. Yeah. Put it up because what is it? September 8th is the first. No,
yes.
1. Yeah.
I believe, let me see. September 28th is episode 1.
Yeah.
So this is what we're looking at. I put proposed on here because this is what I found online. I haven't actually seen a 110% confirmation yet on it, but this is what the proposed schedule is right now.
If they keep that Wednesday going forward. I don't see the only thing that they would skip on is a lot of times holidays. It's they skip a week. So this might jump a couple weeks, with our Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that. But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
It could, and maybe it won't. Maybe they'll just go full on. I mean, we were talking last year about 2022 being the year that they were going to give us, with everything on the slate and everything they kept talking about. It was like we were going to see a new Star Wars show almost every week.
Right.
And it's getting to the point now where we're kind of, if they keep on this road, we could get that. I mean, we don't know when the next series is going to start. We don't know when. February
3rd was the Mando season 3.
Mandalorian season 3. So we're going to have
if this push again, if those couple weeks push because of holidays, then you were going to go right into season 3 and then maybe into Ahsoka. And then remember, we still have Tales of the Jedi happening in this fall of 2022 also. We discussed that having like a weekly Star Wars content. I think it's going to be overlapping week, big time overlapping. It's going to be interesting how we delve into all the new canon and lore and surprises and cliffhangers and stuff like that when we deal with the show, which is great. It's a great problem to have, right? It's a great thing to kind of.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No,
it's never bad having too much Star Wars.
Where do you guys think they're going to take The Mandalorian season 3?
Oh, I'm if you don't mind, I'll take this one.
Yeah, go for it.
I think they're going full on Mandalorian Civil War. I honestly think it's going to be Din Djarin having the Darksaber is officially the ruler of Mandalore. And Bo-Katan wanted it. He wanted to hand it to her, but she wouldn't take it. And now that he's learning how to use it, it's his. And we saw in the Book of Boba Fett how with his training, he fought to keep it. He could have easily just, if he really wanted it gone, he could have just dropped it and let the guy have it. Or what's his name? Vizsla have it.
Paz
Vizsla. But he didn't. He's like, no, this is mine.
Well, it's interesting there. He went to the armorer and basically accepted his new title. I have this Darksaber. I don't know how to wield it, and she's teaching him how to wield it. So it's interesting. And also it's kind of set up where she told him, because he revealed his face, he's no longer a Mandalorian. He's got to repent on it, I guess, or become one. But
bathe himself in the pools of something or other in the bowels of Mandalore,
which was destroyed or whatever it was. And they showed so that's going to be interesting. I think we're going to have a twofold journey on the Mandalorian. I think we're going to have him and Grogu's personal journey of him trying to become a Mandalorian again, even if he wants to. So there might be some conflict there. He might just accept this new Mandalorian experience of him of trying, instead of what's it called? What was he? I know the Child of the Watch.
Yeah.
So instead of that kind of moving forward, maybe he continues this on a different path. But also, you're right, like with the whole Civil War thing, who's the rightful leader? There's going to be some conflict. We saw in the drop trailer that wasn't leaked. It was people who were privy to be in the panel. A bunch of different Mandalorians are going to be in this thing, and especially like a bunch of the ones who escaped. On Navarro, right? I don't know if it was just. I don't think it's just Paz and the armor. I think a bunch escaped. Bunch got killed.
A bunch got killed. I want to say I thought her and Paz were the only survivors from Navarro.
If I remember right, like the end of the first season, when they're flying off, it did the Rocketeer moment, with the salute. Right. I wonder if there was more than. I think there was more than just Paz flying. I think there might have been like I don't know. I have to confirm that, but. I don't think all of the Children of the Watch are dead. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe they escaped and they had this different. They're scattered, but it's going to be interesting, man. Like,
and we've got Bo-Katan sitting on the throne, a throne. I don't know if that's Mandalore, but I thought also in that drop footage we saw Concord Dawn as well. I mean, there's.
Well, that's where, like I said, I think, man, every time we figure it's going to go one way, they throw it
antagonist.
What's that?
You think Bo-Katan's gonna be? Do you think Bo-Katan's gonna be the main antagonist?
Two Mandalorian, Din Djarin, yes. I think, or something's gonna happen. But I also think that there's gonna be more than just Mandalorians in this season. I think Grogu's gonna play a big role in it, and if they cross-reference Ahsoka again, maybe they go. Who knows what they're gonna introduce. I think that it's almost as what we haven't seen is most important too,
Mm-hmm.
Where the direction they could go all over the place. They can, So Facebook user, I wish they would put names on that, right? Like for Facebook. But yeah, we are also streaming on Facebook. All very exciting for season 3 of Mando. Just want to check in with the pit here real fast. So he's also saying, or he or she, I'm sorry, like the Jedi, they were scattered throughout the galaxy. I think that was the whole thing. It was the Children of the Watch were scattered. Then you have Bo-Katan's people, and then supposedly the rightful owner. Sabine might come into play here and have that tie-in where it's her going into Ahsoka series, into the Mandalorian series.
Facebook user, that was Matthew Carlisle, and we've also got Jimmy Murata on there,
right on
as well. So.
Cool. Laxer back. Yeah, so remember when Fett was the only Mandalorian and not a clone? Man, those were the days. For one of the main things I hate about episode 2 and going back, it was they made Boba Fett a clone. I still don't like it, but I accept it, right? That's the whole thing.
But they were really creative in the way they handled it, because originally Boba Fett, long time ago in a galaxy right here, they had said that Boba Fett was the last remaining soldier of the army the Jedi fought in the Clone Wars, and he kind of was, because he was a clone. Yeah. And they ended up making him a clone, and the whole army was basically Boba Fett. So they were cleverly able to kind of, from a certain point of view, make that happen. Yeah. And it's interesting that way.
It's interesting because
I don't like it like you, but at the same time, I can kind of write it off as being a clever way of doing that.
Also, they gave him a personal identity also, and that was key. We know all the clones. We know they have their set what they did, but Boba Fett still ventured off and did his own thing. It was just that one of those moments, and I remember 2002 in the theater. I remember walking out going like, "You made him a clone? This is stupid." You know what I mean? Like because it destroyed all of that EU stuff that we had back in the day.
Yeah. Matt Logic 44 says he finally saw the trailer today. Was that a Grogu helmet?
Yeah, we had that debate in our private chat and everything.
It looks like it.
It's small, but I don't think so.
No?
Really small. Well, there's that, and then I remember I brought up in the chat, maybe that's Din Djarin's helmet when he was a kid.
Yeah,
and it's a flashback.
That would be cool. Yeah, guys, I'm so against Grogu becoming a Mandalorian.
He already is a Mandalorian. He is a foundling.
I'm against him being a full-fledged armor, doing that stuff. I think that's dumb. So
I'm gonna go
visually,
with that.
it'd be dumb. Yeah, I mean, like it's just
Tell us how you really feel.
the dude's a Jedi. I don't care, man. He's gonna go back. He's gonna. I'm out of here. Where's my rant? Where's my rant?
Oh,
Graphic?
wait. Okay, hang on. Hold. One
Yeah.
moment, please.
This
There
is-
you go.
yeah.
Nature's rant.
Grogu being a full-fledged Mandalorian, in my opinion, is I don't know. It's cheesy. It's dumb. I don't like it. I think what we've been getting with him has been perfect. I think that he made a mistake by leaving Luke. And we'll see. Maybe that does come to play. Maybe that's the conflict that we got going forward. But yeah, to have him in a full like
concur.
Mandalorian outfit is. I'm not buying that action figure.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I agree.
If I may,
I'll buy it.
number one, this has been Moocher's rant. So we'll get back to that, I'm sure, later.
We gotta come out.
But-
We gotta come out with some death metal riff whenever they show
Right?
that.
Yes.
Let me work on that. I can make that happen. So here's something we have never seen before. We have never seen some kind of alien take on the mantle of a Mandalorian. And we all know that Mandalorians, I mean, even the armorer says it. He is a foundling. He is now in the care of Din Djarin because he is a foundling. So here's something we've never seen before. I'm for it. Give him the armor. Give him the helmet. Have his little silly ears popping out of the side. Why not? What the hell? Something we've never seen before.
He's a Jedi.
He's a Jedi
He
Mandalorian.
can barely walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but
he's
he
a
can,
young.
he can
barely
jump.
walk.
He can jump.
Yeah. I know, Cliff. You slap Star Wars on the packaging, and Mucho will have it on the shelf in a week. Absolutely, I will buy it. I don't agree. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I'll buy it.
Okay, Lando.
Yeah.
Now, and that's part of my problem right now is I've decided that I am no longer going to buy everything I see. And
Jedi Lorian.
Yeah.
Lorian, there we go. I like that.
I like Cliff.
So no, they can put out as many action figures as they want. I'm not buying Black Series. Forget it. I'm done with Black Series. Flipping my table. I'm done with Black
Yeah,
Series.
sure you are.
I got 3 cases of them right here, ready to go.
Yeah, and still all these pre-orders are coming in for you.
I canceled them all.
Well, Galen Urso and Merrick finally shipped, guys.
I'm taking them back to Target.
Everybody should be happy about that. A year and 2 months. Yeah, so we're finally getting them back. That's great. Well, let's switch gears a little bit to some of the San Diego Comic-Con stuff, because San Diego Comic-Con wrapped up, and nothing was announced or whatever before for Star Wars, right? Like new projects and stuff like that. It was mostly the toy reveals on the exclusives and stuff like that, which I did not expect anything from Comic-Con. Comic-Con hasn't revealed Star Wars stuff in a long time, since there's Celebrations and D23 coming out. Yeah, and PulseCon in September. D23 I think is in December also, which they're supposed to. That's when they here's their IPs and what they're doing with that. Marvel is a different animal. Marvel is a comic book related event. It should be announced big time at Comic-Con. So again, nothing came out of that. There was more Andor footage, but again, as we get closer to Andor, expect to see TV spots, expect to see merchandise and all that stuff. So we're gonna see new footage, all that stuff. Let's see here.
Do we want to see some of the reveals?
Yeah,
right.
Go for it.
So
Go.
this is the one that made me say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. And that is those Black Series packages up there with another Grogu. And
we knew this was coming though.
It's just it's the same thing. It's the same old. And
but this, I'm just
done.
saying these weren't reveals. This is except for those credit collection. We knew these were coming. Just like it was a pipeline thing. We knew this is what these guys were coming, and that it wasn't a surprise.
So what's the difference with that Grogu?
It's like the all-in-one Grogu.
It's everything that we've received before, just all in the same package. So he's got the frog, he's got the pram, which we got the pram with the Arvala 7 version of him. The only thing different in this one is he comes with a little Mandalorian necklace that you can put around his neck. Yeah. That's it. Now, the Luke Skywalker that's coming out, maybe not. I don't know. But that's the one that was scheduled to come out with the Rancor. just in an individual package right now. And I'm sure we're going to end up getting him in the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And then the Hunter Killer droid there is kind of cool, but
yeah,
I don't know.
From Mando, you know, it's the Mando wave, and which is I always wanted more waves to come out just like this. Here's the Mando wave, Return wave, and stuff like that, versus a scattered kind of things that they've been doing in the past, right? Yeah. Fill in those gaps. Like this is we get Migs Mayfield, a proper Migs.
Mm-hmm.
Mayfield, and that's fantastic. The Luke and the HK. I ordered those 3. I canceled the Grogu because I was looking at. I got 4 of them already.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Okay, you got your. I mean, just before they begin to another rant about the credit collection, you go for the vintage.
Okay, the vintage collection figures that are here. I've ordered all 3 of them. I love them. The Jedi Luke Skywalker, that's from The Mandalorian, of course. Then we've got the Klatooinian Raider that came with the ATST.
Awesome.
That was the Best Buy exclusive, but now it's packaged. And we've got Cal Kestis from the second Fallen Order. What is it? I'm not
Survivor.
Jedi Survivor. So that's kind of cool. I ordered all 3 of those, but I found that my personal focus needs to stay 3.75 inch.
Well,
I'm done.
You bought everything. You had the vintage, retro, Black Series, and everything. So it makes sense that you would kind of unfocus on one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not all out of the game. You're just like, you know what? Maybe I'll pick and choose on certain things, and I think you said you're going to open stuff now.
Yeah, I'm just.
Which should be a video within itself, right? Just trigger a bunch of people and just open some.
Man, every time I do one of those videos where I open a figure, somebody freaks out on me.
Yeah, it's great.
Sending me messages like, "How could you?" It's like, it's my shit. Leave me alone.
But it was great how you doubled down on every video. It's like now
I just tear into them. I would open it off camera, and Crystal, I'd open it off camera and just display the figure. People kept yelling at me. I'm like, well, fine. You know what I'm going to do? Bam! Just tear every one of them open in the video.
And I want to see those credit collection things now.
God.
Here's the thing. All right, they announced like 7 of them or something like that. But they are exclusives, and they are scattered throughout different stores, Target, Walmart, Amazon, all of that stuff, right? Again, how exclusives should be, repaints, that stuff. There's a market for it. People are buying them. I don't know in droves because nothing's selling out, but this is fine if it's an afterthought, in my opinion. Like if you want to release these things, fine, but release waves of figures that everybody's clamoring for, because I think I told you everything that was announced coming up for like all the anniversary of Return of Jedi, I'm only buying 2 figures, only 2 brand new figures, and they both happen to be Ewoks because they're all released on the Return of Jedi carded, which you're going to get those, right?
I will, because it's the classic card, the classic card back. You stick any action figure on a classic card back from the 80s, I'm in, because I'm a sucker like that. That hits me right in the nostalgia gut. So I will buy all of them.
It makes sense that you would rebuy those and sell off the red packages and all the stuff to have a carded figure. I think because it's visually appealing.
Yeah.
But they look great hanging up. They look great displayed. The boxes, honestly, I'm not a fan. There's no artwork on them. Mm-hmm. So especially hitting like an artist, standpoint, like I would rather look at that than just a box.
Right. And with the credit collection though, they're doing it right by making it an exclusive to every store. Let people go hunt those, but whenever it comes, it's like right now, like you said, the Galen Urso and Merrick, those figures are Target exclusives. Those shouldn't be exclusives. Those are regular characters in the Star Wars universe.
100%.
These weird offshoots, like the Halloween figures that we'll get to in a second. I know. The holiday figures and the credit collections, those should be your exclusives that people have to go hunting for, not your everyday average figure. It's like, hey, stop it. Yeah, you stop. So it's like right now the 3.75 inch Migs Mayfield is a Target exclusive. Rusty, dude.
Yeah.
Stop it. He's a Target exclusive. You should be able to go anywhere and buy him. So
And also I was kind of getting disappointed with the panel because it was like they spent like 15 minutes, 20 minutes talking about the releasing on the credit collection ones. Like, here's Ahsoka, boom, here's the boom, all. And I'm just like, this shouldn't be an announcement. Honestly, it should just be in stores, make a post about it, find these as a Easter egg scavenger hunt or whatever, but not as like, we are releasing, here's our next wave, because as collectors, we anticipate the characters that are coming out and what's for pre-order and what's going to be available. And when it takes up time slot, I'm like, there's less and less time for reveals. And that's where I think is the frustration, especially with Comic-Con. And I know post-con is around the corner and they're probably saving a lot of those stuff. But, again, like with the waves that they announced, besides the credit collection and Halloween stuff, we knew those were coming. Just like we know what we're probably going to announce at PulseCon. Maybe not pipeline reels, but we know the next wave is going to be, ALA Secure and all this. Oh, they had those already. So it's going to be the next one, the pipeline reveals they did before, and the archived ones that they announced, and especially what's going to happen if they're going to announce all of the Return of the Jedi recarded figures with with Ewok and Poplu, and Poplu's not a new figure. It's going to be a new on the card.
And Wicket, they're doing Wicket.
Wicked's brand new, so I'm like,
I can't wait.
I'm like, Wicket, cool. I get one figure out of all of those.
Wicked's
it's like,
yeah. So, all right, but going on this tear about exclusives, here's the Halloween figure.
This is where I do a 180, though. See,
I love these, and I sold my Christmas collection because I did not enjoy the Christmas figures as much. They were just there. I'm not gonna break them out and put them on my mantle or something like that for Christmas. But these Halloween figures,
I do. Yeah,
these are awesome. I want to put those on my mantle, surround them by, especially a glow in the dark skeleton clone trooper.
I need at least 5. I need at least 5. And Crystal, I'll be hitting you up for those. So I'm gonna be at least 5 of those skeleton troopers. Yeah. And a werewolfy.
The werewolf
come
is so
on,
cool.
That's so good.
So what do we think? Are we thinking Darth Vader Frankenstein? I mean, how cool would that be?
That has to be.
No.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, Frankenvader, dude. Oh my god.
Amazing.
Yeah. And R2D2 has a big old pumpkin. That would be, or BB-8. Even BB-8 is a pumpkin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
BB-8,
but
since he's so small, he would come with something else. So maybe he would come with like a B1 battle droid that's decked out like a skeleton or something like that.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm all in on these holiday stuff. Okay, and only basically the Christmas and Halloween ones. If they do Valentine's or anything, I'll probably hard pass on all that stuff. It's just something that I don't put up any decorations for holidays, but I do. I put those Christmas ones up and I start them the day after Thanksgiving, and they are up and I take them and I put them in a drawer after. It's just fun. It's a fun exercise for me. I personally love it. The Halloween ones make tremendous amount of sense. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Why not? I love it that they're exclusives, and I love it that you have to find them, right? I think one's a Target, one's a Walmart. And
Halloween is the second largest holiday other than Christmas. And so of course they would do this. Now, if they do like Zombie Valentine's Day, Zombie Jawas, I like that.
Yeah.
If they did like Valentine's Day or Easter or something like that, no, forget about it. I don't need Luke Skywalker in a bunny outfit. Okay.
Yeah, but see, that's where, exactly. See, but that's the Valentine's one would be the wife buying it for their husband. Here you go, or maybe in Crystal's case, maybe it's both. I don't know. Maybe you guys are both buying Valentine's, figures for each other, but it would be that thing. And then the husband looks at it and go, oh, cool.
Thanks.
And then goes into it. Yeah. Where are they going to display it? So no. Yeah. Yeah.
So these figures, I feel like they're incredibly cheesy, and I hate them, honestly.
That's why, and honestly, that's why I like them, because it's just
And I couldn't stand the Christmas ones either. I'm like, all this stuff for this Christmas, like it's green and red. People are going nuts. I'm like, this.
I am, man. I don't know why.
No, it's so cheesy. Like, put a little Santa hat on your regular figure. Don't desecrate the stormtrooper.
Well, okay, so you're right on that. As maybe there should have been third parties out there, create a set that would come up, like I said, little Santa hats and wreaths and stuff that you would put around your figures and decorate your shelves during holidays. But I'm all in on it twofold. One, because they are true exclusives. They're not like mainline figures. No one needs them. No one has to have them. They're fun. and there's something that you could put out and just have fun with it during those holidays. So I'm all in it. I found that second wave of Christmas figures when they come out, I'll be getting those too.
Gordon says there's
what Gordon says.
Yeah, a lot of excess chrysanthemums at Hasbro, except they're actually going to make a chrysanthemum that is based on Book of Boba Fett, so we can cancel all of those pre-orders for the other one that looked okay.
I'm hoping so. They announced in the pipeline reveals that chrysanthemum is coming out in their pipeline, and I'm hoping that it's a proper chrysanthemum. You know what I mean? Like make it hey guy, I don't care. Make it a deluxe. $40.
Wasn't there like a whole stink about just repainting?
A Chewbacca.
It was horrible. Like it was Chrysanthemum and Chewbacca are completely two different Wookiees. A build, attitude, color, everything. And the one that they came out with on the comic version was atrocious. And we did see it in person, and I still hated it. It made me
this was better in person than it was in the photos, but still.
Gordon,
Jason Kane from Facebook here says the skeleton is really cool in person. They had them at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
I'm jealous that he went to Comic-Con for
I know, right? Yeah. Again, I need 5 of them. So you guys who are not collecting them, just have me in mind, and I PayPal at the ready.
Shopping, and you'll be getting random messages at 3 a.m.
Guys, I have 45 skeleton stormtroopers now, so I'm good. Okay.
So we're focusing on the 2 up at the top, but the 2 on the bottom, one of them is really cool, and that's that Darth Vader Black Series lightsaber.
Skip. Sorry.
That is super cool, and
the Disney one is just as good though. I mean,
you know what?
I got my legacy saber. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I've got, I don't know. We'll see. But the one that's really irritating is the Boba Fett starship.
Again.
This time instead of
we're calling it the starship now.
We're calling it the starship apparently.
It's no longer a Lego thing. It's official.
Now it's official. Wow. But they have decided to put this out again for the 3rd or 4th time. It is now, instead of the last time it was $169, now it is $199. But you get an exclusive Boba Fett in his Tusken Raider garb. That they've already said they're going to release single figures later on down the line.
So is this a pass for you, Scott?
This is a super pass for me.
Unless it was a retooled ship, right? But they already did a great retool.
They did it's great. There's nothing different about this one.
What if this was more weather? What if this was
more weather?
Oh,
it is more weather.
So it doesn't
matter. That's paint apps. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can release as many Millennium Falcons as you want, but I've only got room for one, and weather it as much as you like. Give me a different dish. I don't care.
Well, for $200 you can do it. But Matt Logic saying that's blasphemy. Where there is always room for more for Boba. Where's Ernie? If Ernie, I'm sure he'd be complaining too, but because he doesn't do 3 3/4. But Hey, here's the thing too. Cliff is saying the name of the ship on the package is wrong. It's an error. So you can get it, and it's an error package, right? So
sure.
This is how
it's gonna go up 200% like Beanie Babies errors.
Yeah, I just said the error. It says Boba Fett Starship. Everybody knows. So funny. But so just to get into your psyche a little bit as a collector, Scott, you're not a completionist then.
Me? No. I've never really been a completionist per se with all the different variants. Don't talk to me about G.I. Joe. I don't want to go there right now.
Different podcast.
I was
about to say, wait a minute.
Yeah. Crystal knows some of my spending habits. So but yes, I do have all the different variations of the Steel Brigade figures and the Dukes and all that stuff. Okay. I don't want to talk about this. Isn't a G.I. Joe podcast. But no, as far as Black Series goes, no. As far as the vintage collection goes, no, I'm not really into all the different variations there either. It's just,
are you more like one of every figure, or like I got this one Luke, I got this one Darth Vader?
I'm usually ones, or it actually, it's funny you should bring up Luke, because he's what drove me out of collecting 3 3/4 Star Wars for quite some time. It's just the farm boy Luke, and the I don't know, it was maybe the 50th time they had released him, and I've got him in my hand, and I was like, no, I quit. I put him back, and I just stopped buying Star Wars 3 3/4 Star Wars for like 5 years. I just stopped, and Yeah, and that's whenever I was like, you know what, I'll just work on GI Joe stuff, and then I got obsessive with that. I brought home a Cobra Rattler, and then I bought a Sky Striker because you need a Sky Striker to go against your Cobra Rattler, right?
Oh, we'll talk about that whole yin and yang thing in a minute here. So yeah.
Yeah, and Julie said, "Is this something new?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just want these two." And now I have a complete collection from 82 to 94. So
it started. Hey, that's a good like a documentary. It started with one.
It started. So. It's all it takes is one.
Starting that rapper.
Matt Lodge says Rogue Toys is my go-to for vintage Joes in Las Vegas. Just saying. We all agree.
Awesome.
We all agree. Mando Mike says Slave One, suck it. I'm not scared to highlight your comment, Mando Mike. Come on. This is a PG show, but hey, it's still good. We all think that. It's all going to be Slave One to us. It's just what it is, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facebook user here. I got to look on Facebook real quick. That's Matthew Carlisle asking, "What about True Vintage?" Yes, I will collect everything I can get my hands on with True Vintage.
Variants.
Yes.
More variant. Except for the carded, right? Because you know you're not a
billionaire. I'm not a millionaire. Yeah. So
right. All right. So what you mentioned not buying one without the other. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip. I'm going to go. You know where I'm going with this.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
So, not buying one without the other. We mentioned this figure is going to be coming out because it just makes more sense. It just makes sense because of the Kenobi Hot Toys figure. We knew a Vader proper was going to come out, and Hot Toys did not disappoint. So, wow,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's definitely as soon as it launches. We don't have a date yet, but as soon as it launches, it's in my inbox. So, or my cart. Yeah.
Let me focus in really quick on the frame with all the different accessories and look at what you get here. I mean,
Grand Inquisitor hologram. Ooh,
yes.
Look at all these lightsabers. You got movable, like you've got light lag lightsaber. That's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah. You've got Riva's lightsaber in there, both pieces of it, so he can hold both parts of that. I mean, the slash in his cape that's interchangeable with a basic cape.
The face sculpt is amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Are those LED lights in that belt?
Yes.
Yep.
That's pretty.
The only thing they didn't light up was be the damaged helmet, right? That would have been cool. But again, I don't even at this point. What we're getting in that stand lights up, the belt lights up, sabers, 4 different sabers.
Now, why it's not a hologram of the Emperor? That's a question because I don't remember. Was there a hologram of the Grand Inquisitor? I don't.
Yes.
Episode had to be like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah. It was early on, and he just stood there. They also the promo shots too on Sideshow did show the Grand Inquisitor behind this Vader. And if we're getting Riva's saber too, expect the Grand Inquisitor's line to follow suit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm at a loss for words. His eye, you can actually move his eye like you can with Ahsoka and Darth Maul.
Game changer.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. It's
how can you pass on this? There's no way.
I know so Chris, everybody know he doesn't collect Hot Toys. He's getting this one. Yeah. And everybody that I've talked to is pretty much the same. This is the one I'm getting. I have to get. It was so well done in the series, and it meant so much. Again, we got like 5 more taglines to put on to tattoo on us, right? So it's like this whole scene and this whole series and Vader in the Kenobi series was so iconic that this is going to be a centerpiece of a lot of people's collections.
It's incredible. I'm thinking, what do you think about 300?
Oh yeah, definitely. Deluxe 365. I'm thinking
365.
Yeah. It comes with 2 bases. I think there's gonna be a deluxe version and a regular one. I think in the 299 and 365 price range is the one with the hologram. And the rock. Okay, it comes with the rock base. Yeah. So you can do it with Kenobi's base, and then it's gonna have a deluxe one with the hologram and the light up one.
Look at the chest. Look at the damaged chest plate.
Yeah. Even the cape has got damage. It's fantastic.
Oh my god!
And this was his "You didn't kill Anakin, I did" quote.
Yes,
which
yes,
gave you those chills. So just kind of,
I got goosebumps right now. Just like yeah.
So just seeing this, like, there's an Anakin in there, but he's dead. Like there's no Anakin.
Right. This means so much in our Star Wars lore. It really does. Like this is, that, and that's why I was like, I pre-ordered the Kenobi, and it was the rocks that did it. The flying rocks behind him. That
seriously, yeah.
And with all these accessories, there's so much to do that I'm actually considering getting the Inquisitors when they do come.
Oh,
I am actually considering it. Do it.
Slippery slope, my friend.
I've already, man.
Like
I love the Inquisitors from Rebels. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And bringing them live action. It's just the I guess the possibilities of displaying and posing and taking pictures. It just goes. It gets so much fun. It's fun to think about it. Like I might have to get the Grand Inquisitor. And then I have to get the fifth brother, and I have to get the Thursday. It's like.
You're opening a wormhole here.
Oh yeah, you should see my cart at Hot Toys.
So part of the conversation I had at Target today with Gordon was Gordon has bought his first Hot Toys figure, and it was the Ahsoka figure.
Yeah.
So he bought the Clone Wars Ahsoka figure, and he said he can't put it away because every day he pops it out and he poses it in a different way and takes a photo of it or something. And he said it's so good that he's looking up different battle stances that Ahsoka has in the series, and he's mimicking those stances. And he said it is the most incredible figure, and now he can't wait to maybe dive into another one.
Yeah.
And
my Hot Toys Short Trooper is still sitting here, and I cannot put him in the glass case. I can't do it. He has to sit right here in front of me every time we do a podcast.
He's beautiful.
Yeah, and the posing is just like, Scott and I have actually talked about it. It's like maybe we should just dump our whole Black Series and just go full on to Hot Toys. But I'm like, I'm doing both, man. I don't care.
I have a Mandalorian, but it's downstairs, so I feel so out of the loop right now.
That's the one thing.
My Mandalorian with my little.
I was going through my pre-orders, and I was going through the ones that I have, and the only one I don't have is a Mandalorian, which is coming. I'm thinking of doing the one with all the gear, and he has Grogu tucked in the pouch. It just looks cool, and I think I'm gonna get that one.
That one's
but I've got Boba Fett, Cad Bane on pre-order. I got Kenobi. I've got the Stormtrooper. I've got Bespin Luke. So far, those are all coming. Adding Vader, definitely 100%. 100%.
Gordon said it was my fault, so you're welcome, Gordon.
Hey, a lot of things are Scott's fault, and
it's true.
Just look behind me.
This is the only Hot Toy that I have, and the next one I get is going to be this one. It's going to be this next Vader. So if I'm going to collect Hot Toys, they're just going to be Vader.
Vader and Vader show.
Especially everybody, throw away the box and free zombie Anakin. Yes.
That's right. That's right. And that is Jimmy Murata.
Thank you, Jimmy. Yes. Hey, I don't know why the Facebook, it just says Facebook. I don't like that. I like that would be more personal. So
yeah,
but I'm glad you see that. So
I'm checking it so we can make sure we give him a special shout out.
Thank you.
Good night, Brandon. He had to log out. It was good seeing you again, buddy. Brandon. It's been a minute.
What else do we have, Scott? What else was we didn't get the pipeline reveals. But just to say we are getting a K80 Monday Black Series. We are getting a Chris Santon and the Rex from Endor Hoth, Hoth Rebel Soldier, or not Hoth. I'm sorry, Endor Rebel Soldier. Yeah. The one that we're calling Rex, and that Pablo Hidalgo called Rex. We're calling him Rex, the old man. We're getting his figure too. That's cool. I like that.
That is cool. Who else? I think they're going to give us another Boba Fett, 6-inch Boba Fett, this time decorated
on the carded, right?
Return of the Jedi. Yeah, he's going to be carded, but he's going to be a deluxe carded action figure because that's fun. They're going to charge us, extra money for same old. What else? They almost made it look like not only is it going to be Captain Rex though, or Nick Sant, if you guys want to be, if you want to stick with classic. It almost looked like it's going to be one trooper though with multiple heads, where almost like they did with the Hoth Rebel trooper, where you can make army build with that particular character. So that's pretty cool.
Which is cool, and I'm for that. That's what they need. They need to start filling in the gaps with Black Series, and I think that's the biggest complaint. I started a list. I actually started a list, and I went through A New Hope first. I'm like, New Hope, okay, what are the no-brainer figures that we don't have, right? And I got like 7 deep, and I quit. I stopped. I was like, this is ridiculous.
This is depressing. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I'm not even going.
Do you think it's just because they don't want to like reform the figures? Are they being lazy, or is it just because they know we want it, so they're going to make it some like unattainable figures sometime in the future?
Well,
whenever I don't have that answer, especially with Black Series, but somebody had asked in the panel at San Diego Comic-Con about the vintage collection and the lack of aliens in the vintage collection. They said, we want more Cantina aliens. We want more background alien characters.
Yeah. Those were like pinnacle pieces in the original series. Like
Hammerhead, Squidhead, Walrus Man, Greedo, all of these characters. Where are these characters in the vintage collection or the Black Series? And Patrick from Hasbro said, well, we gave you the Mithril, so we're getting into it.
That's not good enough. That's
no, it's not good enough. 100% it's not good enough. If they really had their ear to the ground on the collecting community, they would know they're losing people. One answer is a corporate answer, is they're a business and they have to spread it out as much as they can. So the Hammerhead probably is coming, but they're like, look, if we give everybody everything within 5 years, we're done. We're out of business. So,
but it's like, we give you one alien, but here, have another Boba Fett.
But they're like, we have all these. Let's make another Mardi Gras Lando. Like,
yeah.
We've got Lando, the vintage collection regular Lando. We've got the Black Series General Lando. We've got the Black Series Archive Skiff Lando, and now we've got Mardi Gras Lando. We've got 4 Landos at retail right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All need, but by the way, all needed in the line to complete. Like all needed Lando's different variations, right? What we don't need is, like I said, okay, I understand the new scanning technology that they redid figures, which I'm appreciative because it gives an opportunity of new collectors to come in too. You can't go so far deep in the line that you're not introducing new people. So I'm all for re-releasing figures. If the way to get into those Return of the Jedi figures, right? All the one like Andor, Han, Leia, all those things, and people are gonna buy them to open them up and put them in their collection as like jumping in the collection. I'm all for that, but at the same time,
that's what the archive line was for.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The archive and the re-releases and the new sculpts, I'm perfectly okay with, but you can't just depend on that. You have to go, here's wave 17, and here is like 5 Jedis from Attack of the Clones, and the next wave is coming, and
that's not what they do though. They keep
it's not
the same figures, and then
they give us like 1 or 2 brand new figures that we have to wait a year on, and then it's a slew of repaints and archives, and they must have made a lot of like Clone Trooper figures. I mean, a lot.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. Like any kind of trooper that comes through my store, it sells. Like people are me. And those are always out, which is why they keep putting them out. But give us something like with some sustenance every once in a while, so we can continue to like keep that interest and have.
They're not consistent with it, right? They'll do it, and then everybody's like, oh my, like the Bib Fortuna wave that came out, but that was months ago. That was a great wave. That was like 5 figures that were original, never released before. Fantastic sculpt. The sculpting department I have 0 complaints with.
The Bib Fortuna. I just got so like I have this weird thing with Bib Fortuna. He looks gross, and I don't.
Yeah, that's always been yeah. He is a little.
That big fleshy like.
He's creepy.
I'll pass on that
one. So good. But like we were talking about Return of the Jedi. I was talking with Mando Mike too. We're like, okay, next year's the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Of course, they're going to reissue on the Return of the Jedi carded. They've been doing it. It's their thing. And then we're talking like, okay, well, what new figures can they do? And so far, I know it's early, and I'm those. Cliff knows this. Cliff knows me from the videos game stuff. I'm always the hopeful, like it's coming. My fingers are crossed. It's going to happen, and then it doesn't, or we get like 20% of our wish list, and it's just a letdown, over letdown. And like I said, they're a business. They're going to draw it out for 20 more years because they want they can. But I think a lot of people are starting to voice opinions now, and I think a lot of people are starting to pick and choose. I pick and choose. I don't get every figure that's out. I get new figures or definitive figures. If I feel they came out with a Bib Fortuna and it was better than the last one, I'll sell off the last one and buy and have one definitive figure. And like there are some new ones I'm like, nah, I don't even care. Oh, the face looks a little bit better. It doesn't even matter. I'll stick with the old one. But
that's why one of the reasons why they lost me as far as 6-inch figures go. I mean, number one, they raised the prices. So the price of your average 6-inch Black Series figures now, they're $24.99. The Tika that's at Target right now is $27.99
because it was
$27.99 exclusive. It's a freaking Jawa. I mean, come on, it's tiny. It doesn't even come with like an onslaught of accessories either. I hate that they've raised the prices. Honestly, I feel like because I raised my prices, and I'm like, every time someone buys a Black Series, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't lower, but this is what it has to be, and I know this is like a 6-inch piece of plastic, but well, it's painful. Between that, the lack of being able to see the figure anymore in the new packaging, because you do not know what kind of quality you're going to get unless you see that figure. I don't know how many figures I've passed up on the shelf because they've got an eye on their cheek or something, Or they're So a funny thing was brought up to me. I don't know if you guys collect any kind of Transformers, but they're doing the Transformers now without the plastic in, the box. And I was doing some hunting with somebody, and they're like, I hate these figures because I don't know if some kid's like picking his nose and then touching my figure, or somebody's like,
because they're open. They're open. Yeah, exactly.
Like I cannot justify buying these because I don't know who's touched it. I want it fresh.
That's another good point. I haven't heard that point brought up before, and
it was pretty funny.
That is a true. You don't know. Yeah, you don't know what these guys do in the back with these things, man. Like,
Ooh,
have to disinfect our figures now. Jeez.
Optimus Prime looks so good.
I
maybe maybe it is a blessing that they're completely closed off as opposed to the other option, which they're trying to Transformers.
That's my main turn off with these new box figures is I open mine and I don't want to open one up, and like Scott said, with the one with the eyeball on his cheek. So
there was an eyeball in a cheek.
I literally have 2 Farm Boy Lukes right now that are so cockeyed. I mean, they're seriously cockeyed, and it's like if I were to open up one in a box like that, I'd be furious.
I haven't seen it in a long time because their scanning technology is so much better. But
I have. Okay, so but it's not like an eyeball; it's the paint apps. The paint apps from this place. There is in the vintage collection, one of the vintage collection groups on Facebook right now. People are posting their deluxe Boba Fett figures, the ones that are the Tatooine Boba Fett, and the quality control issues with them. And some of them, like the armor is completely popped off. I had to kind of jar the head on one of mine to get the head in the right position. But another guy had two jetpacks and no helmet. Another guy had a helmet, but the visor was painted on the side of the helmet. And these are things you cannot see until you have it in your hand. And you can't.
Back in the day, we used to call those variants and sell them for like 3 times as much money.
All right,
but babies again.
You can't necessarily send all these back and get a replacement.
Because they don't have you can't go back to like Target and they don't have another one.
Or even Pulse. You can't return it to Pulse. They will send you a figure of equal value.
I'll tell you a Pulse story. I'll tell you a Pulse story. This is a while ago. I bought a couple Marvel Legend figures, and because I wanted to build a figure in. Well, I have some. I got one. I opened them up, and I swear it disintegrated in my hands. The plastic was shattered at the hip, but the plastic wasn't coated or something. Like how they have that clear coat. It wasn't clad, so it turned the whole leg turned to powder on me. The whole thing. I tried to return it to Pulse, and they said I had to go to the manufacturer that made them all, aren't you guys that I don't you control this? Like, I don't understand. They give me the they gave me a
China, call up the Chinaman, be like, hey, listen, my crotch is disintegrated.
They're like, well, dude, there's a pill for that. But so it was just, I was baffled by their response. Like, they wouldn't even replace it. And I know they are pretty good at replacing things. Like, Scott, you had replaced the figures from the Razor Crest, and but maybe I just got a lazy customer support or something. But this stuff does happen. It's bad. And again, I'm seeing comments and the thing like plastic and figure pricing and stuff like that. It's a weird time to be a collector, but also I do I try to be positive in the collecting world. I always try to focus on what we did get, what we do have. Like I said, we are getting a K80 Monday. We are getting Aelia Secura. We are getting more of those fill-in things. It's just very slow.
You are so bad at pronouncing the names.
Aelia Secura.
Aelia Secura, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Emperor Palpatine.
I can't pronounce them either.
Right. Like,
I just love
first off, Scott. Yeah. First off, Scott. Who says? When was K80 Mundi ever mentioned in like his by name that to give us a proper pronunciation? Put the rant thing back up. Put my rant. Sure. No, I'm kidding.
Hang on. No, it's got to happen. All right, and go ahead.
When, Scott, has there ever been an official pronunciation of those things? You're making that stuff up, and I resent that.
Under what law and providence is this under?
George Lucas, next answer. Okay.
No, he never did. He never even pronounced that. When was it
George Lucas answer is,
pronounced?
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Cliff. Cliff said Scott has become a Bond villain now.
Wait, I'll do my evil laugh. Okay.
It's great. Again, I focus on the ones that we are getting. It might be far in between, but I'm hoping that they're getting better. I was looking at the Hasbro Pulse website, and a lot of times you see. Before, it used to be you had to be quick, right? You had to be like, once they announced the figure, you had to be on it to get it. Otherwise, 2 minutes it's sold out. Well, the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 releases of Star Wars announced none. Marvel Legends, none.
On a pre-order. How can
a couple,
you sell it on a pre-order?
Yeah, well, a couple of Marvel Legends, but not even Marvel Legends are selling out now. The ones who are Power Rangers and G.I. Joe. I mean, those are just, you can't keep them. You can't. Yeah. It's ridiculous, but
you get
the whole point of a pre-order was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
After you, please.
I thought the whole point of a pre-order was you pre-order so that way you know how much to make. So that way,
dude, they have it different. They have it different on the paper. They were like, just cut it off in 10 minutes and then we'll just make them suffer. There was that documentary a while ago about baseball cards, right? And this correlates. Baseball cards back in the 80s and 90s, it was the most popular it's ever been, right? I mean, billions of dollars got put into it. And it come to find out, this documentary uncovered that why a rookie card is rare when it's one sheet cut and every rookie card's on every sheet of been printed. Well, why is this one rare and only baseball card stores have it and no one else can find them, right? It's because the people producing them were manipulating the market for that value, the supply and demand, doing it to the point where they were sending like Ken Griffey Jr. rookies to card stores to boost the prices so people would buy booster packs hoping to get that rare card. I don't put it past, toy companies doing the same thing by that pre-order thing. It's like they're making a bunch of them. They know that, but they're going to go, look, get these while they're hot because they're manipulating that market to make scarcity a real thing. So in the past, it was like 2 minutes, it would sell out. We blame bots, we blamed all these things. This still happens, but 2 minutes it sells out, meaning like I don't even want that figure, but it's so hot right now. When I see it, I'm going to buy it.
Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah. See, man, I got more rants I didn't even know I had.
You're on a roll tonight.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, woo.
But no, our Hasbro would never do that to us. Never.
If it happened in, like I said, in those industries, I don't put it past any industries anymore to manipulate the markets.
Yeah.
To make that again, because I have, it's that there's something about the chemical imbalance in collectors. Yeah, thank you. Which is like, I don't even want that figure, but I know it's so popular and so hot. I'm gonna buy it and then resell it or give to somebody who's looking for it. Right? That's a thing. That's a thing.
Guilty.
And anyway, I digress. I want the Halloween figures. I need 5 skeleton troopers, 1 werewolf Wookiee.
Look at Joey. You're giving Joey a migraine.
What I say earlier in the chat, we are going to discuss business ethics and how they affect us.
That's today. Right, business ethics. Yeah, exactly. Like chat. The chat's on it. Rare doesn't mean it's 100%. Rare doesn't mean it's good.
Yep.
Gordon saying now the scalpers.
And that was Jimmy Murata.
Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy. Now use the scalpers to create demand. Absolutely. And that's why you use trusted sources like Rogue Toys. They're like, they're gonna
great segue.
I know. Moocher's Madness. That's another one. Yeah, thanks, Mando. Yeah, guys. So, it's still a part of us. It's still a passion and what we do as a hobby. It's just becoming more. I don't know. What do you guys think? Just to end this segment and move on and close this segment. Do you guys think it's getting better, or honestly, quite honestly, from the past 2 years to basically now? I know that we're getting stuff in our hands now, and I know it's like okay, but even some of the GI Joes that I pre-ordered from Walmart, the carded, the retro ones, they're being shipped earlier than expected stuff. Do you think things are starting to turn around? Do you think that they will start to get those figures in our hands, the sculpts that we want, the hammerheads, the aliens and stuff like that? Or do you think it's going to be business as usual? How long can that sustain? Like, really, how long could that, before everybody just goes, I'm done? Like everybody just falls.
That is a multifaceted question right there. I don't know if there's
in 5 words or less. Okay, what do you think?
We're going to get product now because things are starting to open up a little bit more. I don't think it's going to change. We're still going to get your key characters like Vader's and Luke's and Lando's. You're still going to get those key characters. I think if we're lucky, we'll get 1 new character, but they're going to still throw that new character at, say, the Bad Batch or the Mandalorian or the Ahsoka series. I do not think we're going to see a whole lot with our classic trilogy. I honestly think eventually, if you're in the game long enough, you'll get what you're looking for. But I think the focus has shifted. The focus is now on Disney Plus and where that's going. And has it driven me out? Yes, it has driven me out of Black Series. I'm going to focus on the things that fit more with my collection, and that's 3 3/4 inch and my vintage stuff. That's that. That's my opinion. Crystal?
And I think they're going to keep stringing us along with a vintage figure here or there. Right. Like, here's a bunch of stuff that you don't want. Oh, and here's this. So you keep collecting. And here's a bunch of this. But, oh, here's this. Like, now
business
we have
as usual then. Yeah.
They are getting stuff out a lot faster. I notice that, we're getting those waves in more often than we were. There was a while there where it was like pretty dry and it was the same figures. And, it might've been because of COVID and people not designing from home because naps are a thing. But,
right. I take a nap. I don't care. I'll take a nap.
So, I think now that everything's kind of back to normal, we are going to see more vintage figures. But again, just stringing us along, putting them in the waves with those other figures that are not so wanted, just to keep us going.
Yeah, the stringing along makes sense as a business model, but there also got to be some breaks in that business model, meaning to get those people like Scott or people like there's some people in the chat, they're on that ed or we're done with it. It's like, okay, I was just when I thought it was out, and then here's a 5 waves and it's all the Cantina or 5 of them or 6 of them. And then it's like, okay, I'm back. And then 6 months later, it's same thing. So again, they are a business and they want to do this for the next 20 years. So
Exactly. They dangle the bait. It's definitely. So I've seen it for years.
Oh yeah. Joey, any thoughts on this? And before we close it out,
for me, it's bad because it's taken my drive out of collecting. I had 25 pre-orders that I literally canceled because it took a year to get here, and now I'm pretty much focused on imports. You know, SH Figure Arts.
You're going back to bootleg Joe, right?
I'm going back because, you know, I'm gonna pay for the quality. You know, why am I gonna wait a year to pay for a $30 toy that when I get it, I'm gonna be like, okay, I waited a year for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you are right on right there, because I'm looking up right now at the SH Figure Arts Book of Boba or Mandalorian Boba Fett, right next to the one that was released by Hasbro that took forever to get here, and the SH Figure Arts, of course, it's a better figure.
Oh yeah, $90.
And I've had it. I've had it for months, so I completely agree with you there.
Yeah, it came out. You know, now when I collect, especially if I'm doing Black Series, I mean, I'm pretty much almost 95% done with Black Series. And
what's that 5% that would bring you back in?
5% is like anything Vader, anything like even with the new Mandalorian Luke that's coming that they're bringing out, I have no interest in it because of the SHF Mandalorian Luke I have now. It blows it out of the water. And again, you keep throwing out Grogu's and Boba Fett, and it's like, okay, come on.
Mandalorian is the new farm boy Luke, and Grogu is it's
no, it's like my trilogy collection is so depleted and so pathetic. It's like you have so many other characters that you can come out with the sequels that you haven't even touched.
Yeah.
So it's like, where's that? But yet you want us to love the sequels. How can we love the sequels when you're not supplying us with the sequels?
That's a slippery slope, and probably another discussion for like a whole.
It is. You know what?
Thing,
it is. But
metrics show a lot of things on that one.
It is. But me as a collector, that's. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, because you guys know how I felt about The Last Jedi.
Yeah, sure.
There's still characters in The Last Jedi that I would love to see on my shelf.
I don't know how you feel about The Last Jedi.
I won't say I hate it. I won't say I hate it, but it's one of those films that's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And it always has, no matter how much I've watched it over and over again, it's just not. I still
don't know what happened in that movie. I'm not really sure.
I rewatched it the other day, and I literally fast forwarded through the cantina or the Canto Bite scene, and that movie was so much better. It just fast forwarded from the minute I hit fast forward the minute Rose and Finn left, and and right to the point where they got caught back on the Star Destroyer, you know, and it was so much better.
Seeing the Canto Bite scene gets me violently angry. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just gets me angry.
There's a lot of reasons why we support that.
I can't defend. It's one of those things I can't defend it.
And that's the thing, though. As much as I did not like that movie, I still went out and bought the high definition, you know, DVD for it because I'm gonna support Star Wars. But it's my least favorite movie out of all the movies. But
I'll tell you what.
Again, another discussion.
I still like it better than the other two sequels.
The Shadows of the Sith book is making the sequels a lot more digestible.
Yeah.
With that, I think we're going to be done for today. We went over our time. Join us again next week because I'm sure we'll have plenty more rants and talks and stuff. And
more of
Crystal
this.
Crystal, if you're available, please join us again. This is great. I love having you on. It is awesome. I'm sure we'll have Chris back and Ernie soon. So I'm going to say goodbye. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being, in there and talking and just conversing with us. We didn't get to all your comments, but trust me, this is our community we're doing. If you haven't done so, like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Share, bring a friend. Every Wednesday is Bring a Friend Day. We're getting closer to our 1,000 subscriber mark, and I've already started brainstorming on a spectacular show and giveaways. And what we can do to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting. I'm going to hand it off to Scott so he can give it all the plugs and everything in and take us out of here.
Thank you, one and all, for joining us again. If you would, please log on to patreon.com. Consider supporting the podcast. We'd really appreciate it. Every dollar goes back into the production of the show. It's patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast. Like, subscribe, smash the like button. Smash it. Are you prepared, Crystal? We got the whole thing going.
No.
Smash the. There's the camera. Smash it.
My hope is stuck. So Vader, kill
the like button. I guess. Force choke.
Hey, it's
That'll
green.
work.
Just do it.
That'll work.
Snuggle that like button. Snuggle.
Hit the bell for notifications. Oh,
George
no.
Lucas.
George Lucas.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
There's mine right there.
The maker.
The
Kill.
maker.
The maker. The maker doesn't go on the shelf. He goes right here, right in front. It's like,
Yes.
So look,
anyway.
youtube.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast. Like, subscribe. We appreciate it. And again, like Marco said, you know, our 1,000th, once we hit that 1,000, we're going to give away some special stuff. I might even do an art print. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how my hand is feeling. Log on to Facebook, check out our Sarlacc Digest Central group where you can check us out and continue the conversation. Also our Instagram, our Twitter. He's laughing at something.
The chat's cracking me up. They're great. They're great.
Oh, okay, cool.
Lack and subscribe. That's so funny. It's just and then Facebook user free it. That was not terrible. That was great. I love it.
That's awesome. You got to do that with every episode, Joey.
Open a figure.
Open a figure with every episode. You know, if you can find a figure.
I got like.
You're gonna make him buy stuff.
Right
He's
here.
trying not to buy.
I know, right?
Yeah, buy more figures open.
Also, check out our Teespring account. All the links are down below. You can buy Sarlacc Digest Podcast merchandise, including, you know, this amazing pint glass right here. Sarlacc Digest. Woohoo! All right.
Wait. Drink it,
I need
nerdy.
one of those.
Drink it, nerdy.
I got Solo cup. I need one of those.
You need one of these.
I got
Next time
also-
you're in town.
Okay. RogueToys.com for all your toys. All your toy needs. RogueToys.com. Tashi Station Emporium for all of your action figure stand needs. I mean, check it out. Captain Rex here. He's on a Tashi Station basic stand right there. That is awesome. He hasn't
All I have
fallen
is
over
this.
once.
All I have is this Marvel Legends Wolverine on.
Do you even Star Wars, bro? What's
I don't
up?
know. I have this. I have the Hulk right here. I got Wolverine right here. I'm like,
I don't know what's wrong with you.
I need to prepare better.
TashiStationEmporium.com though. Is the code word still available? The discount?
Yes.
Okay.
Sarlacc Digest Podcast, one word for 10% off your entire order. That's going to be a thing for as long as I sponsor Sarlacc Digest Podcast. That's going to be a thing. So until they kick me out, and then I'm done.
I don't think you're going anywhere. You can check us all out on Instagram. I am the Art of Scott Solo. He is bootlegger_760. That dude over there is Tashi Station Emporium and Darth Moocher. And Crystal, you are just Rogue Toys Crystal, right?
Rogue Toys Crystal. Yes.
There you
also
go.
known as Kyber Crystal when she's on this show.
That's right. So
Great.
follow us all. Follow us all for all the latest and greatest. And I think that's it. Did I hit everything?
That's it.
I
Red
think
5
so.
Network for other Red 5 Network. Follow Ernie on all his other stuff, all of his 1,000 shows too. You know, support the guy, even though the content's still there. He's still got older shows ready to be liked and subscribed and all that stuff. We support each other. Thank you. I just want to again extend all thank you guys to everybody that's on here staying that's late with us. Everybody in the pit, you are awesome. We will see you next Wednesday. Plus, we might have some additional videos dropping. Recorded videos that are going for your viewing pleasure. And of course, Scott keeps it live over on TikTok and our YouTube shorts with all his shelves. You got some new shelves that you want to produce. So
I did. It's funny because I've got still like 30 videos to release, but all of those shelves are now different. So it's like, I've got to do more. What's on the shelf?
Updated shelf. All right, guys.
Shelf. Yeah.
So with that, I think we are done. So good night and
Keep it nerdy, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.